With all the information out there about moving to the Philippines, it amazes me why a lot of men don't get confused what to do.
Help
So
me!
today I'm going to talk about my biggest fears about moving to the Philippines. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so like I said before, one of the biggest fears is not getting all the correct information out there. Much information out there. Like I said, it just does. There's so much overload of what to do and what not to do. There's not a everybody has a different answer for that. So one of my biggest fears is when I moved there, a lot of people tell me do this, do it this way, do it that way. Which way is the correct way, or which way is not the correct way? So that's one of my biggest fears. The next biggest fear of mine is being homesick. Probably won't be as bad once I get accustomed to living there, but the first month or so, I'm guessing that might be the case where I'm kind of missing my family and my friends. So that's one of my biggest fears. Let me know, a comment below. Let me know, is being homesick, being away from home, missing family, was that an issue for you, or was it not an issue for you? All depends, I guess, where you're at in life. I'm still young, so I'm not that certain age where nobody's alive, or nobody's the kids are older. Even though my kids are older, it's the fear of being homesick. Another fear of mine is not adjusting to the Philippines in the manner or the time frame I want. I'm a little impatient, so will I adjust to the hot weather? Will I adjust the way how certain things are slower in the Philippines, I guess you could say. In America, you kind of expect things to go, okay, I need it right here and there. In the Philippines, I think it might be a little bit slower on certain things to get things done. And that's something I probably had to get accustomed to or used to. But let me know, what things did you not get adjusted to? What things did you do to make sure you did get adjusted to the Philippines? Another fear of mine is losing access to money. Now, I did play it smart by a couple of vloggers out there did recommend to do certain things, and I did everything. I renewed my license, I renewed my ID, I got 2 picture IDs. I made sure my passport was up to date. I made sure I had all my documents. I made sure that I had 3 debit cards. I had a Wise card, another card I used from a regular bank, and a Citibank card. So I made sure I had different access to money. Now, from that, I use Remitly. A lot of people use that to send myself money or to send my girlfriend money when I was there. And I plan to do that still. But still, that's a fear of mine about losing access to money. And if something happens, where do I go? What do I do? So that's when I need to make sure that I've seen a lot of people say, make sure you have cash on you just in case there are emergencies. Another fear of mine, probably the biggest fear of mine, is the medical emergency. What happens if, I'm not saying it will, what happens if you have a heart attack, or if you have a stroke? You're in the middle of you're on the other side of the world where you don't have access to what you're accustomed to. I do know that the response time in the Philippines in certain areas is a little slower. I do think Angeles City, the area, as far as that area, I'm pretty sure that the medical response is faster, but it's still a fear of mine. From what I understand, they do have a good hospital there. So I'm curious to know, if you live in Angeles City or if you live in the Philippines, do you worry about that? Do you worry about, are you going to be able to get access to quick medical attention? Are you going to be able to see a doctor as quickly as you normally would if you was in America or in another country you was at or lived at before moving to the Philippines? So I'm curious to know. But it is a fear of mine. It is in certain areas. I have heard in certain cities the medical is getting better, or the response time. But if you get stuck in traffic and you're trying to get to the hospital and you're in the ambulance, I don't know what happens. I know in America there's in certain states there's a law where you have to move over law, especially in Georgia, that medical and police or anything like that, or ambulance, you have to move over, get out of the way for that reason, because they want to have a quick response time, because a second really matters. I don't know what they do in the Philippines. I don't know if people go move, or if they just don't care. I don't know. So I'm curious to know, I mean, if you live in the Philippines, what do you feel the medical response time is? Do you feel it's uh, just as good as America, or you feel it's a little slower? Or if you live in Angeles City area, what is it? Or if you know somebody that works in the hospital, what do they tell you? Do they tell you it's a good response time? Is there a particular hospital in the Philippines or Angeles City area, at least, that is a good hospital or is a good doctor that you recommend? Please comment below and let me know, because this is important. This is one of the fears I have. It's not a real huge fear, because I don't want to live in fear, because I want to have fun. I want to spend time with my girlfriend. I want to explore the Philippines. So, but it is still a fear of mine of being something happens to me medically and I have to call a family member and tell them what's going on, and they start worrying. So let me know in the comments what your biggest fear is, or if you do have a biggest fear, what your fears were and how'd you overcome those particular fears. And don't forget to like and subscribe below, and peace out.